Welcome back to another episode of the Who Are You to Lead Anyway podcast, where we master the skills we need to navigate leadership and life. First of all, I am so glad that you're here with me today, and I'm equally glad to be here for episode 84. And today I want to talk to you about permission. Now, I have to say, I'm feeling a bit energized, a bit fired up on the heels of the focus on visibility from last week's episode. And because I was able to get out for a run this morning, and I'm feeling the energy from that. So I'm feeling pretty good. But before we begin, I just want to invite you to imagine for a moment a world where your dreams aren't hindered by your doubt and your fear. Now, I'm sure you have found yourself hesitating to pursue your passions or make a bold decision, all because of that nagging voice of self-doubt that goes on in the left side of our brain. That's where our saboteurs live. And so what if the key to unlocking your greatest potential lies in the simple act of saying yes to yourself? So today I want to explore how granting yourself permission can be the first step toward breaking free from your own limitations. Now, over the last couple of years, I have learned, and I'm seeing it so much more clearly, that saying yes to myself and watching my clients do the same is more than just a formality. It is a fundamental act of self-empowerment. So when you give yourself permission to do something, which could be as simple as asking for help, asking for what you need, or giving yourself permission to do something as complex as pursuing your dreams, embracing your authentic self, like showing up and being yourself and taking up space in the world, you open the door to a world of possibilities. So whether you're striving for career advancement, personal growth, or simply wanting to live a more fulfilled life, permission is key to unlocking your potential. So you might be asking yourself, why is it so difficult to give ourselves permission? This is such a great question. And the answer lies in a myriad of factors, from societal expectations to our own internalized fear and doubts. So it's interesting because I just heard the other day for the first time, and I'm still thinking about it. Before we had an internal critic, we had an external critic. So we learned from somewhere, from someone, from something that we weren't good enough, that we should have fear. Because you look at little kids, like I look at my grandkids, there is no fear there. So we're often conditioned we're conditioned in so many ways, but we're often conditioned to seek external validation and approval, which leads us to overlook our own desires and our own intuition, that gut reaction that lives within us. And of course, the fear of failure, rejection, or judgment can hold us back from taking that chance or making that leap and granting ourselves the permission we want or the permission we need. But listen, here's the exciting part. When you do grant yourself permission, incredible things happen. It's like you get out of a box for the first time. You tap into a wellspring of creativity, courage, and resilience that propels you forward in your journey. I've done that this week just in things that I'm posting on social media, which, by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram or LinkedIn, I don't know why not. But it's so freeing to be able to give and grant yourself permission to show up as who you are, to shine in the way that you want to. Now, we embrace our unique strengths and talents. When we do that, we pave the way for success and fulfillment on our own terms. By giving yourself permission to be authentically you, you inspire others to do the same, and you create a ripple effect of positive change and transformation. You're actually also lifting up other people because you're allowing them to be themselves. So today I want to share a powerful story about the importance of granting yourself permission to follow your path that actually inspired this episode. It's a story that resonates deeply with the challenges of many of us that we face in navigating our careers and our personal growth. So let me invite you into a coaching session I recently had with one of my clients who was at a crossroads in their career. Now, this individual had been working tirelessly, pushing themselves to the limits, and had even initiated conversations with their leader about the possibility of stepping into a managerial role. As the organization responded, they started to hire additional resources, and my client found themselves grappling with conflicting emotions for themselves. On the one hand, they felt really grateful for the opportunities that were unfolding before them. And then on the other hand, they couldn't shake this feeling that perhaps this wasn't the right path for them at this moment in time. So together we explored their options, which were to say yes, to qualify the yes, or to say no. And then we delved into and explored the reasons behind each one of those options for them. So after that exploration, that soul searching and reflection, my client made a decision that was both, I think, courageous and liberating. They chose to grant themselves permission to prioritize their own well being and fulfillment instead of succumbing to the external pressures, the expectations of their boss, of their organization, of their peers, of the team. They listened to their inner voice and they honored what felt right for them. Those are their words, verbatim. They listened to their internal voice and they honored what felt right for them. What was truly remarkable about this coaching session was witnessing my client embrace the power of choice and self determination. By giving themselves permission to follow their intuition, they reclaimed ownership of their career path and they aligned it with their personal values and their personal aspirations. So as I reflect on this story, I can't help but wonder, like, where in your own life could you benefit from giving yourself permission? Perhaps it's in pursuing a passion project. Perhaps it's exploring a new career path or simply prioritizing your own self-care and your well-being. Whatever it might be, I encourage you to listen to your inner voice, trust in your instincts, and grant yourself the permission to follow your heart, the desires that your heart has. And I'm also going to share one of my many permission slip moments. One of them that I want to share with you, because I said that last week, part of my visibility work is sharing with you more of my stories. So I don't think that I've ever talked about this in the podcast, but back in 2012, my first marriage ended after 25 years, and we separated. In a few weeks, there was an opportunity to shift my career trajectory as well. So what this meant was leaving New Brunswick, where I had lived from the time I was 6. It was a huge change. Moving to Ontario, I had no friends, no family, no support system. And while that was scary as hell, and it was, I really wanted and needed a fresh start. My sons and I talked it over. We collectively agreed on the move. And I remember when I told my mom what she said to me. She said this, Cynthia, when I encourage you to spread your wings, I did not mean to go to Toronto. And that's what giving myself permission looked like and meant at that moment. Now, another permission slip moment was 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, when I let go of my 6-figure salary and the benefits for me to work for myself. It was one of those sliding door moments where I felt like if I didn't say yes to myself, I didn't know what the next opportunity for me was going to be. And as I'm saying this now, I'm recognizing that there was discomfort in it either way. But the discomfort of not exploring, of not standing up, of not stepping out into what was possible for me was not something I was willing to say no to. So I gave myself permission to let it go because I felt so called to become a full-time coach. And the decision-making process that I took my client through is very similar to the one that I used for myself. Now, to give credit where credit is due, I learned that decision-making process from my coach, Lindsay Dotzlaff, who I mentioned last week, and I've since put my own twist or flair on it, if you will. So it could be that you might have the impression that these decisions that I made were snap decisions. And while snap decisions are completely fine and great, that's not at all what they were. I want to assure you that they absolutely were not snap decisions. I did a lot of soul searching. I did a lot of reflection. I thought about it. I knew what it meant. But the journey of self-discovery really begins with this simple act of granting yourself permission to explore, to be true to yourself, to pursue your dreams, and to chart your own course in life. So I want to invite you to take a moment to reflect on where you stand today and remember that the power to transform your life lies within you. And there is a freedom and a joy that comes from honoring your own path, whatever that is. There's no right, there's no wrong. There's only the path you make right for you. So if you're listening and there are decisions that you're wanting to make and you would love my help, you would love to work with me, it would be so great to support your journey. And if not, that's great too. Either way, I want to leave you with this. You have the power to grant yourself permission to dream big, to take risks, to live life on your own terms. Embrace the journey, friends. Trust in yourself and remember you are worthy of all of the greatness the world has to offer. And let's consider the sun, the big globe in the sky that I'm hoping to see more of these days, doesn't ask for permission to shine. It just does. I saw that quote on the Community of Seven's webpage over on LinkedIn today, and I just thought that's so beautiful. I want to make sure I attribute that and mention that. So go ahead, be like the sun. Say yes to yourself and watch the possibilities unfold before you. And until next week, take care and keep shining your light bright. I love you. Bye. Hey there, it's Cynthia. Thanks for being a part of the Who Are You to Lead Anyway journey. Join my newsletter for exclusive updates and resources. Get a complimentary self-discovery workbook at www.cynthiajamesoncoach.ca. Your feedback shapes this show, so share your thoughts. And if you love the podcast, help spread the word. Thanks for investing in your leadership growth. Let's thrive together.